Hi everyone. So I know it's been a while since I made a video, and some of you have been asking me for an update. Some of you have been asking why I'm so quiet, and others have even asked me if I'm still alive. And as you can see, I am. I've tried to make a video before, and when I looked back, I wasn't happy with the overall tone of the video. It sounded very negative and very angry, and that wasn't what I wanted to portray. I also was using that as an excuse to not show you how vulnerable I am and for you to not know what's been going on in my head. I'm also aware that there are people watching my journey, and some have just recently been diagnosed with cancer while others are in the early stages of treatment. And I just felt that it's my responsibility to shield them against what could potentially happen once everything is done, once the chemo is done, once radiation and surgeries are over, what it is that you are faced with. Yes, I'm very aware that everybody's journey isn't the same, but this is what I've been experiencing, and I was very mindful, whether or not it's the right thing to be sharing. It's been 8 months since I've got the all clear. I've been in remission now for 8 months, and I've seen posts on cancer survivors and what they've been sharing while I was going through my journey. I've heard what people say, what it could be like after you finished everything, and I never thought that it would happen to me. I never thought that I would have the worst 8 months of my life. And this is the very reason why I've just retracted and taken a step back from social media. I haven't been posting anything anywhere. And for the very reason that I've been making my healing a priority. My healing has become my priority. I've realized that posting something on social media and letting the world read and see it doesn't mean that I am healed. It doesn't mean that I've overcome what I'm struggling with when nobody is around me. And so I've just been focusing on getting me back, getting myself to a better place, trying to find my new normal, and trying to adjust to life after cancer. It hasn't been easy. It's been extremely, extremely hard. And today I just feel is a good day. I don't have many good days, and today is a good day for me to just come up here and to share with you what it is that I've been going through, what it is that I've been experiencing post-cancer. And it's not to, scare anyone or, put anyone off. This is literally my journey, and in all fairness, I felt that if I was able to share the intricate details of my cancer experiences while I was going through it with the whole world, why can't I share with you guys what it's like now that everything's finished? And I feel that is what I want to do in this video. I just want to bring awareness. That has always been my primary reason for making these videos, and to create awareness around what happens when everything is over. So for those of you who don't know, I've been diagnosed with stage 3 womb cancer in September 2021. I've been given the all clear in September 2022, and it's been 12 months of my life dedicated to cancer. Today I'm sitting here after 11 hospital admissions, 3 major reconstructive surgeries, 7 chemo sessions, 27 days of radiation, 1 MRI scan. I had to spend 17 days on a catheter to rebuild or reconstruct my bladder. I've lost my hair. I've had to go through many, many nights of tears and pain. If I speak about it now, I actually can't believe that I've been through all of this within a matter of 12 months. I've had many scars, but today I'm thankful and I'm grateful to God for carrying me through. Okay, so as I've mentioned, it's now exactly 8 months that I'm in remission, and I actually don't know where to start. I think one thing I've come to learn and realize is that just as people has been rooting for me, and we've all been looking forward to the end of the cancer journey. You know, you get excited, you do a countdown, you ring the bell, and everybody is, you know, just rooting for you and want to see you overcome this. But I think one thing I've realized is people have the perception that once everything is over, the chemo, the surgeries, the radiation, that you are automatically okay. And it's quite the opposite, because as much as you seem okay on the outside, you are broken on the inside. There is so much to deal with internally, because now it seems like reality is kicking in, and you find yourself like people are not fussing over you. The world has become quiet. The messages, the checking ins, you know, we are all those people. And I'm going through the most, and I feel like that is where everything started for me. I find myself alone. I need to pick up the pieces. I've been in such a fast pace of one surgery after the next, one treatment after the next, looking forward to get to the end of it. But throughout the journey, I've never actually come to a place where I stood still and had that shout or that cry or that deep reflection of what has actually just happened to me. I think I look back and I'm like, did that happen to me? There are days that I don't even want to look at myself in the mirror. I get a glimpse of my reflection when I walk past, and I don't want to look. And I sometimes just say, girl, you are a wreck. Like, you are broken. You are messed up. And that's how I felt most of my days just after cancer. I've become used to people checking in, people messaging me, family and friends, and, you know, those who have been following the journey. And all of a sudden, the whole world has just become quiet. Everybody thinks that you're okay. Everybody thinks that she should be all right. She has overcome the worst. But in actual fact, there are things that people don't speak about, and that is the part where mental health comes into play. You feel like your whole world has been turned upside down. Nothing feels the same. I'm definitely not the same person that I used to be. And I think trying to navigate my life, trying to find a new normal has been the hardest for me. I find myself being very emotional. I used to have days where I just sat and cried and cried and cried continuously. There's even times that Clyde, my husband, he didn't even know what's going on with me, because in the beginning stages, I couldn't make sense of it, and it was difficult to explain to someone else what it is that I'm going through. And like I said previously, I've heard stories that this is something you might face when you're done with everything, but I didn't know that it was that bad. I was struggling to get back to the old self, the old shaman that I used to be. I felt depressed. I felt like I had no purpose. And I think that was the hardest for me, because as much as I tried to psych myself up, as much as I tried to stay positive, it was just hard. And I had to actually come to the realization that I have a lot to deal with. I have a lot of things that I haven't, sat down and allowed myself to grieve. The fact that cancer has taken so much from me. Then there's the side effects that I still deal with, and that is the menopause that came after I had to have my hysterectomy. It's something my doctor had explained to me. My body had almost changed immediately into something that I'm not used to. It was giving me signals and feelings and things that I felt like this isn't me, and I'm trying to work around it, trying to embrace it, trying to make it part of my my everyday bodily things. But I just couldn't, and nothing of that made sense to me. So I'm also struggling with side effects, or one of the side effects of the chemo is called peripheral neuropathy, and that is when the nerves in your fingertips and in your toes are affected by the drugs that you obviously got during cancer. That was one of the worst things for me, because while I was having my chemo, that was one of the almost instant side effects that I experienced. I couldn't hold a cup in my hand. I couldn't tie a button. I couldn't walk properly. I had to hold onto the walls. And even a few months later, I mean, I spoke to my oncologist and she said that there's a possibility that it might never go away. And I feel those tingles. I feel those pains. And I feel there's always a constant reminder of the cancer. As much as you're trying to forget it, there's glimpses of it always peeking through, and that reminds you of what your body had to go through, you know, and what the cancer came along my way. There's also signs and symptoms of PTSD, which is called post-traumatic stress disorder. And at first I didn't want to, you know, acknowledge that this experience was that traumatic for me to experience some kind of depression or anxiety. And I've spoken to my oncologist, and throughout my journey, a few of my doctors have encouraged me to go and see a psychologist, and I always said, no, I'm fine, I don't need to go and see someone. And I think because, like I said, I just wanted to get past the next phase of getting better. And as cancer finished and I've started to experience these up and down emotions, I realized that maybe it's time, because I don't recognize who I am. I don't recognize the person I'm becoming. So maybe, you know, it's good that I actually go and see someone. So at the moment, I am seeing a psychologist. I've probably gone for 5 or 6 sessions so far, and it's amazing how things has been unraveling and how I have been making sense of, you know, a lot of things in my past, and a lot of things of how cancer has reshaped my thinking and how I view life in general. I definitely don't look through the same lenses that I used to before, and I feel like now for me, life doesn't have so many filters. I see it for what it is, and I decide where I want to spend my energy, who I want to spend my energy and my time on. And I feel like that has been one of the biggest adjustments I had to make. I won't say I'm completely fine. I will continue to see my psychologist for a few more months until I feel that I'm at a place where I can see that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm also struggling with gaining a lot of weight. I feel that that is something new. Most days, like I said, I don't want to look at myself in the mirror, because I feel like I don't recognize the person that I've become. Like, I don't recognize the person I've become. I don't know who Shaman is anymore. And you know, you kind of trying to find friends and family and a supportive structure, and it's weird, because it sometimes feels that those very people think that you're okay. This has brought me to a different place of thinking, that how many people has been suffering like this in silence, and nobody's been checking up how they are doing when everything is finished. Another side effect that I've been experiencing is insomnia. I don't know when I had a proper night's rest without taking medication, and that's becoming quite frustrating to me, because I always feel tired. I always feel like I'm laying in bed at night thinking, overthinking, and I don't think that is a good place to be at, but that is another side effect that that I'm struggling with, and it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. I, for those of you who know me, I had my foundation as well before cancer came into the picture. And even to try and find creative ways as to, getting myself back up on my feet and getting that running, I just don't have the energy. I feel like I'm always too tired, to get those things. And I think to get back into those things, and I feel like it's a lot of emotional and mental brain work. It takes a lot for me to get something done. And I believe that it's all part of, it almost feels like you have to hit rock bottom before you can build yourself up again. And that is how I feel. I think I remember one night I had a panic attack where I was crying so much that I couldn't find my breath. I couldn't breathe. And I realized how much this has actually become. This has taken its toll on me for sure. And it's been a whole year, like I said, of my life. And in that year, I haven't broken down. I haven't cried. I haven't dealt with anything. It's, sending posts out there, making people aware of what's going on. But I haven't dealt with anything. I haven't sat back and allowed myself to grieve. And that is where I find myself at the moment. And it might not be that intense for everybody. I know some cancer journeys doesn't take as long as mine. I've had a whole detour in my journey where it wasn't even cancer related, but it stemmed from my hysterectomy surgery, where my bladder was affected and my wound had to be opened all over again, and my bladder had to be fixed. I had to teach myself how to pee again. And I mean, that for me, if I look back, it was so unnecessary, but God knows why certain things has to happen. And I'm sure I'm not making a lot of sense in maybe what I'm saying, or I feel like I'm missing out a lot of other points. But just talking about it already feels a lot. Just mentioning these points feels a lot. And I know people that hasn't gone through this might not fully understand the extent of how deep this really goes. But I think if mentioning certain points will probably make sense as to why I struggle to take pictures, why I struggle to share any sense of enjoyment on a social platform, because I don't feel like I'm 100% there yet. And so again, I'm just being as real as I possibly can. I haven't reached the point in my life where I want to be, but I know that just having the boldness and the courage today to make this video for me is a big step. For me, this has taken a lot to share, and I want to encourage myself and whoever's watching this video that things will get better, man. Just take baby steps, take every day as it comes, and gradually you will find a new rhythm, you will find a new pace, and just go with that. I feel like I am discovering a new version of myself, and I'm excited to see what I'm going to grow into. Who's this new version of Shaman that's going to come to the fore and that's going to resurface? I know for a fact that I couldn't even sing, and I'm starting to sing again. So if you do see me singing, just know that that has taken a lot for me to do that. I'm trying to motivate myself through reading the word, to putting on my worship music, and to just take those words as God promises us in His word, and to hold on to those promises. So I just wanted to come up here, like I said, and be real, to share with you guys where I'm at, what the struggles are, and that everything we go through doesn't have to be shared on social media. make sure that before you share something that you are actually also dealing with whatever you need to deal with. You don't want to act and pretend as if everything is fine, and then 2 or 3 months down the line you break down, you have a mental breakdown because you can't handle anything anymore. You don't need validation from anybody. This is about you, and this is about your journey and your healing, and that needs to be priority. In order for you to be fine, with your children, your family, and whoever else is around you, you do it for whoever you need to do it, and that is the main thing. So I just wanted to firstly say thank you for listening, and thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable, for allowing you guys into my headspace so that you can see where I'm at. So I just had to take a moment and, just take a breather, because I could feel that even just talking through the story has become a lot for me to share. And I wanted to tell you guys, obviously after chemo, I've lost my hair and other parts of my body, and my hair has grown beautifully after my cancer journey. I was able to wear some braids and things like that. And on the 15th of February, it was exactly 1 year since I've done the buzz cut where my hair fell out, and I have shaven everything off, and my hair's grown for like 2 months or so. But then I also tried to, gain back the power, because last year when I lost my hair, it wasn't by choice. And just one day randomly I said to Clyde, can you please shave off all my hair, because this time I want to claim back my power, because I want to know that, I want to feel that this choice this time was mine. And so I've braved the shave. I have cut my hair and put some color on, because I boldly want to walk around with my hair cut, because it's a choice that I made. And so guys, as I conclude this video, I just want to add that this coming Wednesday I'll be going for my 4th reconstructive surgery. The journey continues. Everything still links back to my cancer, and I will be going under the knife again. And I would like to ask you guys to keep me in your prayers. For those who have been checking in, thank you so much. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. This is the 4th time that I will be undergoing surgery after my cancer diagnosis, and I am bracing myself, because I feel like I'm going to experience everything over again. It's going to take 6 to 8 weeks for me to heal. I will be in high care for 1 or 2 days, depending on how I'm healing. But I will give you guys an update as to why the surgery had to happen, why there's another surgery taking place. I will make an updated video for you guys, but right now I just wanted to recap on this past 8 months what remission has been like for me. Again, I'm going to say this is not the same for everybody. This has been my journey, and this is my story. And I just felt that I need to let you guys know where I've been and what's been happening. So I hope to check in with you guys soon. I will be posting another video regarding the operation and how things are going. So thank you guys for listening, and God bless you.